There's 3 phases to burnout. Phase 1 is you're tired, but if you get a long weekend or a couple days off, you're back and you're good and you're rested. Phase 2 is where you're actually exhausted and a day or a weekend doesn't bring you back. You're still upside down and it's going to take longer, sometimes weeks, sometimes more to get back right-sided. And then phase 3, you're actually burnt out. And in burnout, the things you used to love to do no longer motivate you.
I'm not even sure it's motivation. I think it's actually more that no matter how motivated you are, no matter how much meaning it brings you, work or whatever it is, to caretaking somebody, whatever, you're so tired that you can't rally. And so like I always think about it in terms of
that I don't even have the energy to do the stuff I used to love to do.
Right. And
possible.
Just like it's not a matter of willpower. Cause like what I see with people who are burnt out in the last phases, like these are many times the people who are like most strongly identified with the organization, people who have been its champions in the past, and nothing has changed. It's not like they don't value what they're doing all of a sudden. It's that like they're trying and they can't get themselves to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to me, that's more of an exhaustion, which is probably why we get the word burnout.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't access your intrinsic motivation, your internal drive that you had for the thing. In this case, you're talking about work, but it could be somebody who loved to garden and all of a sudden they don't like to garden anymore. Like
and again, it's not, they don't like to garden anymore.
Or they're not gardening.
Right.
Yeah. The problem of burnout, which Cindi knows acutely because she's a data scientist, is that when you ask people if they're burnt out, anybody who didn't sleep 8 hours last night says yes. And that's not actually burnout. That's just you're tired.
Right.
And it's not the same thing. And so we don't ask in Cindi's survey, when we're measuring burnout, we don't ask, do you feel burnt out? Because a gigantic percentage of your company is going to say yes. But the reason they're burnt out is because they binge watched this TV show last night.
Right.
And they're tired.
Right. I mean, they basically have a amusement park in their phone and many people are just not getting out of the amusement park to get a good night's sleep. That's different.
And it's confusing.
Yeah. Because
people will say they're burnt out.
Right. It's just, it's an overused word at the moment.
Yes. And the science of burnout is it has multiple phases. It's this stepwise progression that we're talking about. Right. From tired that doesn't get remediated to exhaustion, which doesn't get remediated, to actually burn out, where I can't access the intrinsic motivation to do all the things that I used to love to do and have plenty of energy to do and still want to do, but I can't.
And you can see how this would marry up with somebody who like really loved what they did for a job or really loved the organization that they work for.
Yeah.
Because there are phases. And at any of those phases, if you actually got time to basically recharge, you wouldn't move on to the next phase.
Yeah.
But these are the same exact people who, like, we fight them to take time off.
That is, we have to do a podcast on vacation, but let's have a brief diversion here of self-defeating behaviors.
Well, right? It's just that they want to figure it out. I think all of us have done this, like where we've worked way past the point of functionality because it's important that we get this task done or this thing figured out. But like at some point you realize like I'm not really working with a full set of tools and I should have gone and gotten something to eat and gone to sleep and woken up early and hit it again. But like you're just so into trying to get it done that you don't let yourself take that break. And that's what these people are doing in a much more global way. They feel like the organization is in a precarious position or that something really important has to happen with their job. And so they're not going home at 6:00 at night. They're staying way past normal hours. And then they're coming back bright and early. And they're there all day with these people. And then they're continuing on. And you tell them you have to take a break. And their response is, well, I can't. This place will be hurt. Well, this place is getting hurt because you're not actually fully functioning because you're so beyond exhaustion. And that last phase of burnout, it's not something that you can go on vacation for and bounce back from. It's so all encompassing that like it's going to take you months. And so you get these people who are like they want to figure it out. They are motivated. They fully identify with the organization. And so they won't take the vacations. And so it's just like you can see how they wind up getting into like this position of burnout.
Yeah, I think during COVID, we saw a gigantic number of nurses get burnout and leave the profession.
And doctors.
Yeah, and conclude that they could not, that there was no way to
recover,
unravel it. And so they just left the profession.
Like they couldn't stay in it and unravel it. Because they're also not, these people are not built to actually stay in it and be able to let go enough to be able to recover.
What do you mean they're not built?
Mentally, like they love this job.
Oh, the highly identified.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just people are being martyrs. It's that they, as you just said, they love what they're doing. And so they take on more. It needs to be done. But then you look up one day and it's more than just getting out of balance. It's that the energy is gone. It's not if you don't have the fuel in the tank.
The energy is gone and the functionality of the brain, I think, is diminished as well. Like you will find that you're making just more than just one-off stupid mistakes. Like you are just not actually functioning at a level that you know that you should be functioning at.
Yeah. Yeah. We're routinely coaching executives. Like I think possibly the thing I say more than anything else is take your vacation. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And if you're a manager listening to this and you have your employees who aren't taking their vacation, that's a warning sign. And some of them, maybe if your company lets them pay it out, okay, I get it. They're saving it for money.
They've got something else that they need it for.
I think most companies we're in, you don't get paid out. You can accrue so much and then the rest gets lost. And it is a sin to lose vacation because unless your benefit scheme is so generous, and there's a couple places we work, it's too generous and they've got their own set of problems by giving people too much vacation. But that is almost never the case. The fact that we've seen it a couple times reflects more that we're in a lot of companies. What is almost always the case is that people who have a fair, modest, America by international standards has modest amount of vacation anyway. Or not modest, it's low, right?
Yeah, it's low.
Compared to other developed countries. A lot of the people we work with aren't taking their vacation. And it's a warning sign if you're not taking your vacation. What are you saving it up for? If you don't have a good reason for that, and it doesn't even matter if you're losing any, it's bad because you're potentially on the path to getting actually burnout.
Well, and also, as a side note, your vacation time is part of your benefits package. It's part of how you're
You'd be like,
paid.
well, I don't need my salary.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I'll just leave 10% of my salary.
You should be taking it.
It's crazy.
Now, there are some organizations that make it very difficult for you to take it.
Yeah, but that's a red flag on the organization.
That's what I was just going to say.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Getting all worked up.
I know.
My heart rate.
And then there are some organizations that, like, I actually feel like they wouldn't make it difficult for you to take your vacation time, but their incentives basically make it difficult for you to take your vacation time because
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
You
yeah.
not being there means you're not getting
You're
a
not hitting
bonus.
your numbers. Yeah.
And so it's a backwards way, probably unintentional, that you're encouraged to not take your vacation time.
Gigantic, huge red flag.
And I want to add in one of the major disincentives of taking a vacation, because we hear this all the time. I have more work when I return.
I know. Doesn't that seem crazy?
It is, because it's actually, there's no reason why that should be. People forget that you're on vacation. So you have to remind them at every point that where they would contact you that you're on vacation, with a notice who they can contact instead of you.
Yeah.
And then when you come back, like, and it's obviously in your outgoing message, and you have to have, like, the top of the organization has to support you on this. They have to support you on not checking your emails. And if you don't have that, then they're screwing up the system, because you actually need to go on vacation and have time where you're not thinking about the organization. Minimally 24 hours of non-routine work, but better, especially if somebody's starting to burn out, to have more time. And so the organization needs to support you and not expect you to be on Zoom meetings, and not expect you to be checking your email, and to support you in finding a partner. So that way, when you're gone for the week, somebody else is fielding some of these problems. So when you come back, a lot of these emails, they've already been resolved. And it's just sorting through which ones you actually have to attend to now.
Yeah. There's a lot of people who do feel like their work is worse when they come back.